I guess this might just be Clemson football in 2021. How about this? In 4 games, the Tigers have now dropped 2, including North Carolina State for the first time in 9 years. So the ACC Coastal, it is truly up for grabs, and it's not even October, and Clemson does not have control of the division. We got Jason Priester on the line from allclemson.com on SI to, of course, help us break it down. And these breakdowns used to be a little bit more by the book with Clemson. But now, even after that Georgia game, people just thought Clemson would step into the ACC and take it from there and get back into playoff contention. But, man, what a game on Saturday in Raleigh. And like we talked about, we didn't know whether Clemson would be able to flip on the switch, or we both said, hey, if they can't get their act together, they're going to come home with an L. That's what happened.
Yeah, this Clemson team is the offense in particular. It's really struggling right now. There's just no identity. They're getting nothing from the guys on the offensive line. They're mixing and matching, trying to come up with something that works. And so far, nothing has. The receivers aren't getting any separation. They don't really have a true slot guy. The play calling, has been questionable at best. Clemson's been able to get by in these ACC games on sheer talent alone for so long. Honestly, I think it's kind of lulled this staff into a false sense of security. And instead of kind of tweaking the offense from year to year, they just kind of keep using what works. Well, now it's not working anymore, and there's no quick fix to this thing, man. I think Clemson's in for a bumpy season, and I definitely don't think they have taken their last loss of the season.
Got Jason Priester on the line from allclemson.com on SI. So, folks, lock it in right here, the voice of college football. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media, and subscribe. But head on over as well to Jason's work on allclemson.com. I want you to be able to put this into perspective. First of all, you got to tell everybody the stat that you laid on me. This one's still sinking in. I think this is it's not a great stat for the Clemson offense, but it just means a whole lot. 10 drives, 27 yards, not 10 plays. That would be bad enough. 10 drives, 27 yards.
Yeah, outside of those 2 scoring drives they had in the first 4 quarters, I'm pretty sure it was Clemson had 10 drives for 27 total yards and almost as many 3-and-outs as they had first downs in that game. It was just, especially in that first half, it was just one 3-and-out after the other. And the more often they went 3-and-out, the longer the defense stayed out on the field, and they just weren't able to get off the field on third downs. I think they had like 5 or 6 offsides penalties on defense, and it was just like the snowball effect, and it all caught up with them. And that defense played admirably. They held North Carolina State to 14 points in regulation, and that's about all you can ask for. They gave their offense a chance to win. Clemson's just not in a spot right now where they can do much on offense. There's just no other way to say it. The quarterback's struggling. The offensive line struggling, receivers are struggling, running backs are struggling because of the offensive line. Now your starting running back's hurt. He's out for at least 2 or 3 weeks with an injured knee, which could have been much worse. I think we were all expecting that to be a torn ACL there with Will Shipley. But there's just a lot of questions surrounding this Clemson offense right now. And as much as most people want there to be an easy fix, I don't think there is one. I don't think there's a button you can push and make everything all right before next week. I think this is going to be a process, and it might be a long one that lasts throughout the rest of this season and throughout the off season.
Well, Jason, let's see if we can take this point by point through the offense. One has to do with play calling. Now, Tony Elliott, I want to get this straight. Tony Elliott made the comment either after the game or sometime between the end of the game and now. I saw this on Twitter, and I want to make sure I got this straight. When asked about play calling, he said, we run the same base plays as everybody else across the country. For some reason, he threw in North Carolina, but he said that we run the same basic plays as everybody else. And of course, the comment coming back on social media is, why are you making $2 million if you're running the same plays as everybody else? But I want to make sure, to be fair, that we're running that comment correctly.
He said that today, this morning, about 2 hours ago. But yeah, he did say that, and I think he was trying to make the point that, you know, it was more that their issues revolve more around execution than play calling. But you know, there's no denying that the offense has become stale in the last few years. There's no pre-snap motion. There's no eye candy. You know, we don't see the jet sweep involved in the offense anymore. You know, it looked to me like the other day the reverse or some kind of misdirection stuff was there. They never even attempted it. You know, I mean, it's gotten real stale. Like I touched on earlier, they've been able to get by on sheer talent for so long. I think they haven't been forced to adapt, and now they're being slapped in the face with some reality. Now they're going to be forced to adapt. They'll either do it or they won't. And if they're stubborn and stay set in their ways, then this might be the end of this Clemson run. But Dabo Swinney has shown in the past, you know, he's capable of making some tough decisions. You know, when he fired Kevin Steele and brought on Brent Venables, when he hired Chad Morris. I fully expect this program to do everything in its power to adapt and evolve and try to correct some of the issues that we're seeing right now. Because I don't think, you know, it's by no means is the program a dumpster fire or anything. I don't think it's anything that can really be fixed this season, but I don't think it's anything that can't be fixed before the start of next season.